Assalamu alaikum students. Article for today is charging and discharging of capacitor, and first of all we will discuss charging of capacitor. So for that purpose what we have done, we have taken a capacitor and connected that capacitor with the resistor in series and connected both of these things with some battery source providing EMF E. Now the current will start flowing. So we are taking the conventional current and the current will start flowing, and the charges will start to deposit on the plates of the capacitor, like plus Q charge on one side and then minus Q charge because of electrostatic induction on the other side. So that's how the current will flow, and we say that C is basically, that is, the capacitor is charged by the battery, and the time taken for charging the capacitor depends upon R. Now how we can say this? By using Ohm's law, V equals to IR, and putting the value of I, what we see that R is basically directly proportional to T. And using the formula for charge, that is Q equals to CV, we have V equals to Q by C. Putting the value of Q, we get C directly proportional to T. Now combining these two relations, what we deduce that RC is directly proportional to T. Now the question that arises in mind is basically, what does this T, or this the product between R and C, what does that basically is? So the product of RC is known as time constant, right? And this time constant is having another name which is known as the unit time. So this time constant can be defined as the time taken by the capacitor to charge up to 63% of the maximum charge, or you can say the equilibrium charge. So time constant is basically that duration in which the capacitor gets charged up to 63% of the maximum value of the capacitance, right? So that's how we determine the time constant. Okay. Moving forward, what we have next, that we know that as the current will flow, charges will start depositing on the capacitor plates continuously. The concentration will increase, and the electron, or the charges, they will start to repel each other. So the greater repulsion effect would be faced as more and more charges will start to deposit on the plates. So with the passage of time, the amount of current will decrease, right? And when the capacitor is fully charged, no current will flow through the this particular circuit. Now we say that if T equals to 0, like initially, then no charge has been deposited on the capacitor, so we say that Q equals to 0. And what is this T here? This T is basically any instant of time that we are taking, T can be having any value, like T equals to 1 and so on, T equals to 1T, or T equals to 2T, and so on. Okay. Now so accordingly, that condition, when T equals to 0, then Q is also equal to 0. Moving forward, we say that if T is continuously increasing, obviously when time increases, then Q must be increasing. Like T, if I'm taking T equals to 1T, now what does that mean? 1 unit time, and 2 unit times, like, and this is what 1T, that is basically 1 unit time, that means 1T, that means 1 RC, right? 2 RC, like that's the time constant. 1 into time constant, 2 into time, 2 times of time constant, and so on. And in this case, the value of Q also increases. There is another thing which we notice, that the potential difference between the plates is equal to the potential difference offered by the battery. This is the only condition when no current will flow through the circuit and the charging process will stop, right? And we can determine this by the formula Q equals to CV, and this can be explained through the charging equation, which is basically Q equals to Q naught 1 minus e raised to power minus T by RC. In this equation, you can see this equation is basically coming from Kirchhoff's rule, and we will later discuss that in the next chapters. So if T is equal to 0, you can say Q is equal to 0, and if T is equal to 1T, Q equals to 0.63 Q naught. This is the main thing which I was talking about, that after 1 unit time the capacitor has been charged up to 63% of the maximum value. Now as the time is increasing, like at t is equal to 5t, q is having value 0.99 q naught, and if t is equal to infinity, then q equals to q naught, which is not possible. Like time cannot be infinity, so charger cannot be charged up to 100%. But at 5t we notice that the charge is 99% or charged, maximum charge, and this is the point when when the batteries of our phone show that the capacitor is basically 100% charged, right? Actually it is not 100%, it is 99%. Now, how can we define time constant? Time in which the capacitor has been charged up to 63% of the Q naught, and in one time constant, like 1 RC, Q equals to 63% of Q naught, right? And I have explained that earlier in the equations as well. And what about the unit of this time constant? As the name indicates, it is basically the time, so it should be having unit of second. And how can we show that? We will use the equation t equals to rc, putting the value of r and putting the value of c as well. What we get? Q by I, which is basically time. So t is having the unit of second. So by using this, we can also prove that this can be in your short questions as well. Next thing is, okay, I'm leaving the charging graph over here. I will discuss it in the end. Now coming towards the discharging process. To understand that discharging process, what we have done, we have removed the battery, and the capacitor is now providing the charge. So basically the charge stored on the capacitor plate is responsible to flow the current. And and when the current continuously flow, what would happen, that the positive charges are moving towards the negative charges, and when they reach the negative plate, they will neutralize there. So that's how we say that continuously the concentration of charge will start decreasing, and at the point, there will be definitely some point will come when there would be no charge left on the plate to flow that current, right? So how this process will occur, this process is sorry what this process is known as, this process is known as discharging process, and the current will flow until the capacitor charges discharges completely, right? So and we have already discussed, if the capacitor cannot be charged 100%, then how it can be charged 100%, discharge 100%. We can explain that using the discharging equation, which is q equals to q naught e raised to power minus t by rc. And if t equals to 0, we see that q equals to q naught. This is the initial thing. When time is equal to 0, then there is maximum charge stored on the capacitor plate, that is the maximum charge, right? Now if t equals to 3t, then the value of q is 0.37 of q naught. Putting the values, you can see that. And if t is equal to 5t, the value of q is basically 0.006 q naught. And if t is equal to infinity, the q will be equal to 0. That means capacitor cannot be discharged 100%, and definitely it is having a little bit less value before that. So that would be a 0.006 q naught. That means when capacitor is fully discharged, that means 0.006% of q almost 0.006 value of q naught is still there on the plates, and it is not 100% discharged. Now coming towards the graph, as you can see, we are having two curves, one for the small RC and one for the large RC. That is one for the small time constant, one for the large time constant. And as we see that in 1 tq equals 37% of q naught, where that means 37% of q naught is there, and 63% of the charge has been discharged. uh, at the initial stage, the slope is maximum, and when the capacitor has fully discharged, the slope is equal to 0, as we are obtaining a straight line. And in the initial point, we are getting a decreasing slope, and the slope would be maximum at this stage. And again, the same thing, this is a qt graph, and the values can be shown. So in 1t, we are having 37% of the q naught charge, which is residing on the plates, and 63% has been discharged. And what does that mean? That, like, we are having small rc and we are having a large rc. What does that mean? So that basically means when we are having small RC, small RC means uh, s- small value for the time constant, right? That means any capacitor will charge and discharge very fastly, right? So if any of the combination which is giving you a value like product of RC, it is giving a value of very small, that means that capacitor will charge fast and it will discharge fast as well. But if we are having large RC, that means the product of RC is large. That means that also means that the time constant is very large. That means uh, the capacitor will definitely slowly charge and slowly discharge as well. And this phenomena can be easily observed in the mobile phones, like mobile phone chargers. Some of the chargers they charge slowly and some of the chargers they charge fast, so this can be observed through there, right? This is basically the discharging process. Now coming towards the charging graph, which so that we can distinguish between both of them, we observe this is a QT graph. And again the same thing, we are observing two curves, one is for large RC and other is for small RC. And as you can see at the initial point, the slope is basically our maximum. Why this is maximum? Because at this point the current flowing is maximum. Like initially the current will the electrons will rush towards the capacitor to store, so slope is maximum. And at the very end, when the capacitor is fully charged, no current will flow through that and slope would be equal to 0. You can see our 1 RC is equal to 1T, and at that point the capacitor has been charged up to 63% of Q naught, and at 5T the capacitor charges up to 99% of Q naught, as you can see that in the graph. So that means small RC is basically showing that the capacitor will charge fast, and the large RC will exhibit that the capacitor will slowly charge, right? And by RC means the product of RC. So how can we get a good combination? So for that we can increase the capacitance and decrease the value of R, or the value of capacitance could be decreased and value of R could be increased. So it all depends that what is the product of RC, which is combining to form the time constant, right? So that's all. Thank you.